Hi guys, today I wanted to talk about a topic that's very important to me and one that not a lot of people like to talk about, and that is depression. Little backstory: I've never been clinically diagnosed, but I know that I've had depression since I was a little kid. I remember being 5 years old and feeling this dark emptiness inside of my heart and just thinking about death. That darkness just kind of would overcome me, but then it would just go away. And so, I would go about my day, and those are pretty dark thoughts for a child to have. And I remember constantly, especially in my teenage years, constantly thinking about death, constantly being like, I want to die or I want to kill myself, but I would never actually do anything. Thankfully, I never self-harmed. I know there are people that do. That's why I wanted to create this video. I've basically made a compilation of 9 ways that can help manage depression and can help you, live your life to the fullest. Even if you do struggle with it, it'll make it better. Basically, you are your own cure. It all starts with your habits and your self-discipline. You have to care enough to make a change. It's like this little motto that I keep in my head. I keep so many quotes in my head that just come up at the best times, and one of them is definitely nothing changes if nothing changes. And that's something that we all need to remember. Here we go. Number 1, what you consume. It is a fact that everything is energy. From the food that we eat, the media that we see, the people we interact with, that energy can either heal and uplift us, or it can drain us and put us down. We have to be very mindful of what we are putting our energy on. We not only have to be aware of the food that we consume, but also the music we listen to, what we watch, what people are around us and what they're saying, our environment. Think about it. Do you truly know what is in the food that you have consumed today? The main goal of a lot of companies out there is to make us sick. They don't truly care about our well-being, and they find a way to sugarcoat, make things seem like they're natural, zero sugar, but then they find another way to add something. What I would suggest when it comes to the food we consume and helping with depression, I would say a lot of greens, a lot of plant-based things. Personally, I am pescatarian. The only reason why I haven't gone full-on vegetarian is because I love sushi, but I don't eat it. I don't eat fish like every day, maybe a couple times a week now. So a lot of greens. Make sure to limit your junk food intake because all those preservatives are not good. Limit the sugar intake. That's not only bad for your mental well-being, but also it can cause diabetes. Stay hydrated. And when it comes to what you watch, make sure you limit television, anything that has a lot of violence, rated R stuff. Personally, I was always a big horror movie lover. I know that I can take it. I don't scare easily, so I've always liked that. But if you watch that too much, it can have an effect on your mind. It can desensitize you, and that's not good, especially when you're already dealing with that depression that makes you feel apathetic and hopeless. Anything that makes you feel bad is not going to be good for your overall mental health. Music is a big deal also, because like for me, when I was younger, I used to love listening to a lot of rock, especially emo and punk, stuff like that. But it's not always good. If you keep listening to that, it gets you in this mentality. Now I'll listen to it sometimes. You have to know when you can, and you have to set boundaries for yourself. Stick to the higher vibrational things and try to stay away from low vibrational things, like toxic media, news. I know there's a lot of that fear propaganda, always pornography, anything that corrupts your mind, causing you to become desensitized and apathetic. Just try to stay away from that. Number 2, if you can, it may take a lot of self-discipline and determination for some people, but quit alcohol and or tobacco if you smoke. It is a fact that alcohol is a depressant. So if you're already depressed, it's only going to make you more depressed. And tobacco, of course, everybody knows all the negative side effects, yet it's still sold, yet people still buy it. If you struggle with your mental health, it's better if you just don't. It also includes any type of pills or drugs. Try to not rely on any of that. That may even go into antidepressants, because honestly, I've never taken an antidepressant, no matter how many times I wanted to. I guess I was too afraid to admit it to myself, let alone to anyone else, that I actually struggled with that. So I never did go get any antidepressants, but I've heard from so many friends and people that the side effects of that are horrible. The side effects of any drug, any pill, everyone is different, and all of our bodies are different. You don't know how your body is going to react to that foreign substance. And most of the time, the side effects are worse than what you're actually trying to use the pill for. I know that antidepressants help temporarily, but that's all they're meant to do. If you do use antidepressants, keep in mind that that's only meant to help you in the moment, in order so that you can start developing healthier habits for yourself, so that you can get out of that. Number 3, proper sleep and rest. This is a huge one that I feel people overlook. I think it's okay to only sleep for 6 hours. I mean, 6 hours is decent, I guess. But if you struggle with your mental health, 8 hours is the best. This is definitely what you need to stay in top health. It's how we grow, how we regenerate, how we heal. Plus, it's awesome. I love my bed and I love sleeping. Number 4, surround yourself with positive people. People who want the best for you, for your future, people who fit better with your future rather than your past. Successful, happy people who have a genuine lust for life. Someone who's genuinely in love with life. People who you admire, who inspire you, who make you feel safe to be yourself, and who show you mutual love and respect. Once you begin vibrating at a higher frequency, you will naturally attract people on your same vibe who also value themselves and are constantly evolving. Number 5, love unconditionally and be kind. I know sometimes it's hard. There are a lot of messed up people out there, but that should not change who we are. Remember, most situations is how we react. rather than what happens to us, right? How we react in the end is what matters the most. Love unconditionally and be kind, but have boundaries like a mother fudger. You know what I mean? Love others and learn to find the beauty in everything. Because trust me, there's beauty in everything, even when you think there isn't, even when you're going through your darkest moments, there is beauty and light. You'll find it. You just got to get through it. Everything we go through is just meant to make us stronger, wiser. Also, set boundaries for yourself. Give yourself the love and respect you deserve. You know, don't go searching for that outside of yourself. That's not the way. Everything you need is within you. Number 6, be conscious of your thoughts. That's another very important one. Well, they're all important, but yeah, especially this, because we are constantly thinking. And if you're like me, an overthinker, then yeah, you're thinking a million things 24/7. But I just want you to know that you have the power to transmute any negative thought into a positive one. And you'll know when you are having a negative thought because your emotions are great indicators of that. So if you're thinking of something and it starts to give you that feeling, then stop. Make yourself stop thinking that and focus on a good thing going on in your life, you know? Think of the good. Write down the things that you're grateful for. That's always a good little exercise. What are you grateful for? You're alive. That should be one. No matter how negatively some people like to view the world, there's still a lot of beauty in it, and we need to appreciate that. If a thought makes you feel mad, sad, bad, then change it. It's really that simple. The key is in being aware enough to catch yourself when you're doing it and have the discipline to think about something positive. We are the ones who control our minds. Don't let your mind control you. Our mind is very strong. It can master us if we don't master it. Another thing is, of course, appreciate the little things and be grateful. The single fact that you're alive and even exist is more than enough. Think about it. Like, take a moment to look at your hands. It's like magic, like the fact that we can even do this. We tend to take these things for granted, but they're miracles, just like you. Number 7, exercise. So this is a big one, and it's overlooked by many, and it was overlooked by me for a while too. Like in high school, I did used to run, and you know, like we had PE for 2 years and blah blah, and I like playing volleyball or like basketball or whatever, like after school. As I got older, I started getting a little bit lazier, and then you get into these like bad habits. Well, you know, get back into it. Find something that you like doing, because for me, I realized I do like being active. I just never enjoyed going to the gym because I found it boring. You know, so you have to find something that works for you. What started working for me is I joined a gym that has different workout classes every day. Realized I really enjoy doing that. I love working with a group of people. Our bodies are meant to be active daily, plus it has a huge effect on your state of mind. This is something that I actually noticed as soon as I joined the gym last year. So when I started going, I realized even after I was done, I immediately felt like this rush of energy, and like I felt happier, and like I wanted to do more. It was a great feeling. I know when you're in that dark state of mind, it can be hard to find the motivation and self-discipline that you need to actually even go outside sometimes. But like, you can start, you know, little by little, baby steps. If you don't want to go outside, then just work out at home. Go walking or like go on a little hike somewhere. Just find what works for you, what helps you stay just active. Number 8, create a sanctuary and positive environment for yourself. This means that wherever you spend long periods of time, especially your room. I feel like your bedroom becomes your sanctuary, right? Make sure it's in a state that makes you feel safe, calm, and happy. Make sure to keep things clean and with lots of space. I actually just moved my room around. I think it was on the 1st of this month. I just got this random urge to like move everything. So I did, and cleaned, and like I felt so much better after. Like I loved it. This also includes like who you live with. Do whatever you need to in order to live in peace, because that's another thing. We should not only die in peace, but we need to be able to live in peace. Another way to create that peace is spending time in nature. Maybe at least like 10 minutes in the sun every day. That is so beneficial for not only people who struggle with depression, but everyone. We are like plants. We need, daily hydration, the water, sun. We need to be talked to nicely. Treat yourself like you would treat the person you value the most in this world. At the end of the day, you should be your own best friend. And I know that's hard. I know it takes a while to get there, because it took me a while. When I was younger, I actually used to consider myself my own worst enemy. That was a part with the whole mental health struggle. And now I've become my best friend. And I hope to make another video on that and little steps that you can take to becoming your own best friend. Number 9, and my final step, be open and honest. Not only with others, but especially with yourself. We all have things that we can work and improve on, but it takes a great deal of self-honesty to admit that to ourselves. Like, it took me a while to admit to myself that, yeah, like I had a problem, let alone admit it to others. I barely told my close family, my mom, stepdad, sister. I barely told them last year that yes, I struggled with depression since I was a kid. I didn't think it would matter, because the people that I told in the past, like, it didn't seem like it mattered to them. So, I mean, they didn't take it seriously, which it was. I should have cared more for myself. You gotta learn to be open and seek help when you need it. I'm a firm believer that we are our own saviors, we are our own cures, but there are times I know that we do need that help and we do need that support. And if you can get it, then, confide in someone that you really trust and help them help you. If they're your true friend, they'll let you lean on them, and vice versa. Eventually, if something is constantly bugging you about yourself or about anything in your life, you eventually get tired of your own crap and you begin to feel the pressure to make a change. Just always remember to remain patient, consistent, and understanding with yourself and with everything that you do. Remember that, like I said, nothing changes if nothing changes. It all starts with you.